Welcome all to round 14 of the Formula Australia PS4 League. Qualifying Q3 is about to wrap up. I don't think we're going to see much more action here due to the rain falling after the drivers. Majority of them set a time in pretty much dry conditions. So we're just going to take a short break and the broadcast and race will start soon. Alrighty, and welcome to another edition of the Formula Australia PS4 League. This round is brought to you from Monza, sunny Monza. I say sunny after what ended up as a wet qualifying session, where championship leader Sharky managed to get out at the right time and take the pole. I'm joined by my co-host, Sonny Wilson. How are you today, Sonny?
Yeah, pumped. I'm feeling right.
Pumped up for a big race. Monza's one of your favourite tracks, isn't it? We had Belgium last week and Monza this week. This is heaven for you.
Yeah.
Alright, well the cars are lining up on the grid as we speak. Luke Cornwall rounding out the field. Who will we go with to watch the start? That looks like a good little view. As the drivers await the red lights. And we will be underway in Monza. Lights on, we can't see them. There we go, 5 on, and it's away in Monza. Good start from the Mercedes of Sharky. He goes straight to the lead with Willie slotting in behind. There's a Williams having a look up the inside in third place. It's Alphinosis. Will he hold that position? There's going to be contact. This is bad. Oh, the Willie goes over the top somehow. What I thought would be dead set carnage, as Willie has somehow got away with it. So as they head round up to the Del Roja now, the two Mercedes side by side with McLaren Senna looking up the inside of his teammate. Who's going to take that position into the Del Roja? It's Willie, Alphinosis, Sharky in third, Formula Skate moves up to fourth. And Sharky in third, looking to harass Alphinosis for that second place already, but it's Willie. He's made that break up into first place, 2.6 second gap already.
Yeah, carnage there, went over the top. Lucky to get away with it and keep going, no damage.
Here we see the Mercedes up the inside at the Ascari chicane. That's Alphinosis dropping back to third now as Sharky gets set to resume his battle with Wooly. Can he track him down?
Just as I remember from 2019 with Vettel at the Ascaris, going back onto the track, nearing Lance Stroll, and then Stroll goes onto the track, back onto the track near, and
yeah, that was
Gasly.
Somewhat disastrous moment of Monza, that one was. Here, Sonny, we can see HSV is going to go up the in. I think we've got problems with our leaderboard there. It's showing lap 3 and God knows what positions. We've got ghosting going on all over the place, but we'll do our best here to continue to bring you the action. I think it's McLaren Senna there on the tail of HSV. He's going to have a look. He's going to probably slot down the outside as they head up to the Del Roja. Will he be able to do it? There's contact in front there of the, I think it's Formula Skate on Alphinosis, getting the elbows out as he takes the position. And the field's starting now to find their spots. Alphinosis, 4th place. Got to position from the start. The big winner is just up ahead of him, Formula Skate, making up 3 positions from his 6th place starting spot. And here's the crew now heading down to Ascari. Don't want to go up the inside there. It could end in tears. Slots back into uniform position as they make their way down to the Parabolica for the second time. So let's take stock as we get ready to complete the second lap. It's Willie in first. Already a 3.2 second gap over Sharky, a championship leader in the Mercedes. Formula Skate in third, and then this pack of cars back here for 4th, 5th and 6th. It's Alphinosis, the footy dad. He's going to have a look up the inside of Alphinosis, going into the... He's got it done. Has he gone wide, or did he hang on to it? They can't keep apart from each other, these three. And in the background, McLaren Senna takes the opportunity to move up to 6th. Opportunist moment from the Mercedes driver, and he can set off after HSV in the Alpha Tauri now. Up to the Del Roja once more. Who's gone off in the background there? Oh, there's contact. It's one of the Williams going round. There's a Haas, a Renault, a Williams. It's all happening. Huge action at the Roja. And that Williams of Alphinosis is going to have to come in for a new front wing. Luke Cornwall didn't look like he got away with it unscathed. He's going to have to do likewise if he wants to make the most of those corners. Not going to get too far with a front wing looking like that. Josh Sam Benny was up ahead in 8th. I saw one of the, I think it was Range Ski heading into the Del Roja. He went wide, opted for the escape road. So action aplenty in the first few laps. As we head into lap 4. So field a bit more spaced apart now. Footy Dad wasting no time picking up a 3-second penalty. Might have been from running wide. I'd say he got a warning running wide, attempting that overtaking move at the Retafilio. Didn't quite get it pulled up in time and probably since run wide after that. And incurring himself a 3-second penalty, so it's a bit of a shame. Would have liked to see him set out after these other two, although Sharky in second, not quite pulling in that gap yet, but still a long way to go, early stages. There might be a bit of tyre conservation going on with the guys starting on hards. Just check that they are. Well, Formula Skate, as I said, he made up 3 places from the start. He started on the mediums. He'd be pretty happy with that, given his choice of starting on the mediums too. So he's got a bit of space to make him work. So if he can hold those tyres together in pretty good nick, he just may be able to undercut Willie and Sharky when they come in for their stops, as we look down to the Footy Dad now going up the inside of HSV. Gets it done cleanly this time, no warnings, no time penalties for the Footy Dad. Never short on action when you got one eye on the Footy Dad. Does not muck around. Had a fairly spectacular end to Q3 today, spinning out. Got a lap in, unfortunately invalidated, and as a result started 9th. Before promptly crashing on the next lap. But he finds himself up in 4th now. And he's going to be after his teammate Formula Skate now. Unless HSV has something to say about it. May want that position back in car lucky number 13. Heading down to the Parabolica. Just stay close enough here to pick himself up a nice little DRS toe heading into the main straight. Decides to have a bit of a peek now. Just reminding the Footy Dad that he's right there ready to take that position should he make a mistake. Down the start-finish straight now. HSV tucks in behind the Footy Dad. DRS open. Footy Dad's going to make him go the long way round if he wants to get it done. Plays it cautiously, the Footy Dad. Respectful driving there. They both gave each other plenty of room. More room than I thought was possible through the Retafilio. And they hold position now. Meanwhile, that little battle has allowed McLaren Senna in 6th place to close up on the pair. And he's now within DRS range of the Alpha Tauri. Who's that? That's Range Ski in the background. Went a bit wide through the Roja. Picking up plenty of dirt. It's cost him a bit of time. He's dropped off the back of McLaren Senna. Shame, really. That could have turned into a 4-way battle had he kept up with the Mercedes. But look, he may be able to close that gap back up if the 3 ahead get embroiled in a battle of their own. As we see McLaren Senna now only less than half a second behind. That's HSV's gone wide. This will open up a chance for McLaren Senna to close in. Doesn't want to make that move yet. Well, he's going to be allowed some space around the outside. Surely he'll close up nice and close here as they head down the start-finish straight. And with the benefit of DRS, you would like to think McLaren Senna will be making a move as they head down into the first corner. Closing in, goes to the outside. The AlphaTauri, has he got an answer? I think McLaren Senna's well ahead before the corner, and he takes the posse, moving up to 5th now. And all the while that gives the footy dad a bit of breathing space to move away in 4th position. So it's still Willie in front, at the front of the field. He's opened up another half a second on that gap to ASR Sharkey. 2nd in the lead Mercedes. And Formula Skate still just sitting pretty in those on those medium tyres. HSV not willing to let McLaren Senna get out of his range, and all the while Range Ski in the Haas has closed back up. So the battle for 5th is about to heat up. Here we go now. We see Range Ski about to move up alongside HSV. HSV, good at making him go the long way round. Never wants to make it easy. And keeps him at bay this time.
That would get a bit feisty there.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the potential fire that we could see between these three. As we see now Range Ski closing up. All the while HSV closing up on McLaren Senna. He's going to go up the inside of the Mercedes into the first corner. And Rangeski's going to have a look back there as well. He's opened up a bit of a gap for the Haas.
Goes wide onto the gravel. Then again.
McLaren Senna holds that place from Rangeski. And that little battle spreads out now. Just pop back to these two down the bottom. They suffered damage in the early... Actually, Luke Cornwall's got damage again. He's going to have to box again. Just missed what happened there. And poor old Cornwall has to box for some more front wing parts, sending Alphanosis off into the distance. So we'll check in with the leader, Willie. Still 3.5 seconds. There's another time penalty for the footy dad.
If Willie wins this race, he's back in the championship lead.
I think you might be right there, Sonny. It's pretty close at the top of the standings between those two. I'll just let me just check that. I'll confirm those standings. Well, maybe not quite. It is Sharky in front by 12 points. So if he does win and Willie finishes second, Willie will hold that lead. We saw last race at Belgium, unfortunately, Willie holding that championship lead, unfortunately gave it up when he binned his car in dramatic fashion, and Sharky managed to complete a consistent race and pull out some points to take the championship lead.
Imagine he had that spectacular Rubens Barrichello had 99 Brazil.
So Willie in the lead, Sharky third. Formula Skate just starting to drop off from the... They're all starting to spread out a little bit, besides the standard battle down here. It's Range Ski and McLaren Senna, 6th and 7th. As they head through the Ascari chicane for the 9th time, and Range Ski's going to line up for McLaren. He might look to get it done into the Parabolica. And McLaren Senna goes wide, and Range Ski swoops through onto the start-finish straight, and that's why McLaren Senna had made it nice and easy for him as he was getting ready to box and discard those 9-lap-old softs. So the other guy, there's a few following him in now, the footy dad and Sharky from the lead. So those soft tyres may be just about at the end of their life.
Well, seems like the pit window's open.
Yeah, they're all flowing into the pits now, Sonny. So we've seen McLaren Senna, footy dad, Sharky and the other Mercedes all come in. Cornwall down the bottom, unfortunately, has had 2 stops already for new front wing parts. So did Alpha Gnosis. Alpha Gnosis, yeah, his tyres are 5-lap old mediums now. So Luke Cornwall might be hoping to get those mediums. Did not for the hards. Might be hoping to get those mediums to the finish. I'm not sure if they'll last that long. Coming in there from Tyrell McSwain. The Tifosi would be happy at the minute. Yes, there's a Alpha at the front, followed by a Ferrari. Italian 1-2. See if the footy dad can get himself up there to make it a 1-2-3 for the Italian interests in the race. So we're on lap 11. Formula Skate takes over the lead. We mentioned earlier he had the chance, he just kept in touch enough, has a potential opportunity to undercut those two, but they will be down there now, punching out some pretty quick times on some fresher tyres, having just made their stops.
If the top 4 could be Italian, because as you know, AlphaTauri's Italian.
Are they? I did not know that. I would not have a clue where they come in from. But yeah,
Well, if they change from Scuderia Toro Rosso to AlphaTauri, they'd still be the same country. Because Scuderia Toro Rosso's Italian.
There we go. Well, Sonny, we'll just check in with Josh Samben. He's closing. Oh, I say closing in. I think, or did he get passed by Sharky there? Because he's on the older tyres. Sharky's popped out just on those fresh. He's gone the hards. And we'll be looking to make the most of them. Meanwhile, Rangeski in the Haas. Ready to box. And I would assume, having made those softs last for 12 laps, he'll take on the mediums. He does that. And out he heads as we slowly approach the halfway mark. And he's going to come out side by side with McLaren Senna. Oh, gee, that's some rally bashing there. And gets a 3-second time penalty for his efforts.
Cutting.
Corning or corner cutting?
Corner cutting, not corning.
Here we go. Got a comment there, Sonny. To AlphaTauri, born from the roots of Minardi, who were Italian. Then it became Toro Rosso. And they signed a deal where their factory would remain and the team will remain to be based in Italy. So yes, definitely some Italian connections there. Thanks for the comment, Tyrell. And if you're watching in or tuned in at the moment, please get involved in the comments. We'd love to hear from you and get involved in the call. Anything we may have missed, anything we might have said wrong, anything you want to predict for the race, tell us who you think the winner might be. Get amongst it. Who do you think might be looking good for a win here, Sonny, as we approach the halfway mark?
Well, if Willie can make those mediums last to the end, Formula could be due for a pit stop.
Yeah, I don't think a stop for Formula Skate will be too far away on those 12-lap-old mediums. He's done a pretty good job on them so far.
Willie could make an Italian 1-2. It'll still be an Italian 1-2 if Willie gets ahead of Formula.
Yeah, it's funny how the Monza track, the Monza circuit, always seems to just give those... Well, I mean, it's not funny. It gives the home teams a boost. If you've got any sort of Italian links, it just seems to be the race that brings out the best in you. I mean, how many times in the real F1 do we see a Ferrari who... Oh, there's the Cornwall off in the background. Looks like he kept it out of the fence. No, not quite. He's contacted and he's going to have to make another stop for repairs. The Renault going wide at the Parabolica, scraping the fence and leaving a piece of front wing in there.
Well, there's probably been a few times, like show me at San Marino 2006, Ferrari chasing, Renault chasing Ferrari. If you rewind back to 2005, that was Ferrari doing the chasing.
There's Cornwall off again. Holds it together. Oh.
And again.
Takes out the 100-metre marker board. Not that I think that one's too necessary for the second lesson.
No.
He's good. Yeah. That tickled your funny bone, didn't it?
Yeah.
So Cornwall gathers it back up on his way back to the pits. And we'll check in with the leader, Formula Skate, because he is en route to the pits to shed those worn mediums.
He has 14 lap mediums.
That's it, he's done well. He's sitting there having made up.
Now Willie's first.
So the leaders resume their positions. Willie in first, Sharky in second.
Now Boy Dad needs to get ahead of Sharky before he can make for Italian 1-2. Well, the Italians would still be entertained by an Italian win.
No doubt. Parties in Monza tonight. Lap 16 of 27 in the Italian Grand Prix as we come back to Cornwall once more.
He went wide.
He's having a dog of a day, poor old Cornwall. Another piece of front wing dispatched onto the circuit, and he'll have to make his way back to the pits once more. So the field pretty spread out after the first lot of pit stops. Everyone's made their mandatory stop now. And we'll check in with our leader, Willie. So he's consistently keeping that gap at around 3.5 seconds to Sharky in second place in the Mercedes. Your championship leader there. Currently 12 points, I believe, ahead of Willie. And you got Footy Dad in third place. It's an Alpha 3-4 at the moment. And heading down to fifth in the Alpha Tauri, we've got HSV. Just can't quite stay with Skate at the moment. And then rounding out 6th, McLaren Senna in the Mercedes. So 10 laps remain in the Italian Grand Prix. And Willie looking pretty comfortable here, I'd say, don't you think, Sonny? If he can maintain that gap. The guys might be doing a bit of tyre saving towards the end before they make their move, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Who's your winner, do you think? Willie can hold on, or do you think Sharky or the footy dad might run him down? Don't forget Formula Skate and HSV, they're not effectively that far behind. Anything could happen.
Well, I think Willie could hold on.
He's run a pretty consistent race. He's probably a bit disappointed with his DNF last race. But he's going about it the right way to make up for that disappointment. So this will be your closest battle on track at the moment. It's Josh Samben in the McLaren about to pull out of the slipstream of Rainsky. Gets ahead well and truly before the corner. And moves his McLaren up to 7th place. Check those tyres there. Will that be wide? He's just boxed for softs. And a bit of pace to burn. Will those tyres last till the end, though? They might be in a bit of a state come lap 27. But time will tell.
Well, softs are an aggressive tyre, but though they have a short lifespan, although.
Yeah, you're right, Sonny. Yeah, the softs and the hards at the other end of the spectrum, they'll last a bit longer, but not quite as fast.
Between.
And then you got the old balanced mediums. As we saw McLaren Senna in Mercedes, he picked up a time penalty for exceeding track limits.
Well, hards could last about, who knows, 30 to 31 laps for a puncher.
Maybe in the real world, I think we're at half distance here at the moment, Sonny. So yeah, they might have, I don't know, maybe 20 laps in them. Sharky in 2nd place will be our best indicator. He's with 8 laps to go, and he's done 8 laps. He's obviously taken on those tyres, confident he can get them to the end, but it may hold him back from launching an attack on Willie up front on the mediums.
As Rainsky has just pitted the softs.
He's come into the pits. He liked what he saw as Josh Samben whizzed past him, so thought I'll take me some of that and popped in for a set of softs. And he's going to go for a late race charge in the hope, at the very least, that 5th and 6th place, HSV and McLaren Senna respectively, will have their tyres drop off towards the end, and he can have something to say about that. Just 29 seconds behind McLaren Senna. That's a lot of... Yeah, it's probably a bridge too far, but look, if the others have to pit, then they have to pit, and that'll be all he needs. So not quite any close battles going on at the moment, but it looks like the next potential fight will be fought between the McLaren of Josh Samben as he closes in on McLaren Senna in the 2nd Mercedes. In the battle for 6th, actually made up half a second just through the Rettifilio.
You're always at 8 for Delarosia.
So Josh Samben, will he try and get it done this lap, or will he just patiently wait? Actually, he's closing in pretty quick. Will he wait till the start finish straight with the benefit of DRS? Or will he try and potentially go? But DRS is open now. I don't think he's going to get close enough to have a go at... Oh, hang on. He's gone. He's just breezed around the outside there, so... Not sure what happened with McLaren Senna. Nice and clean pass, got it done. And heads off down towards the Parabolica. And after HSV. So that gap now, it's at 12.8 seconds to HSV. Let's just see how much he can rein him in. Up front, it's still status quo. We'll check in with our leader. Just doing it comfortably out front.
Down the fourth gear.
And he's doing everything he needs to do at the moment, Willie, to close that championship points gap. And you just sort of get the feeling that these two might be duking it out in this championship all the way to the end. He's doing all the right things, and to show us how it's done, we'll go on board with Willie. Sonny, take us through the lap of the Monza circuit.
Oh yeah, so you accelerate really hard on 8. And then you wrap the red Filo chicane. Nice. Get as early as the brakes on the brakes as you want to. Through really fast on 8 again. Up to the Roggia. You want to get a nice clean exit for Lesmo 1. Quite fast there on 5. Then you back down to 5 for Lesmo 2. Then down the hill to a Scary chicane. Well, be nice late on the brakes. Get the exit right. And you're accelerating really hard to the Parabolica. And Parabolica braking down to 5.
And that will be a lap of Monza. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you, Willie, who has now seen his gap go down to 3.5 seconds. Might just be taking it a little easy now. Or are those mediums dropping off? Time will tell.
I'll say it's taking a little easy because there are 11 laps.
Yep, and with only 4 laps remaining, doesn't want to do anything silly from here and blow what could be 25 championship points.
Well, win is worth 25, so if he does this win, he's back in the championship lead.
No, depends though, mate. If Sharky finishes second, I don't think he'll quite surpass him. But they'll be close nonetheless. And as I said, I get the feeling these two are destined to battle it out all the way till the end. Check in with your championship leader. Speaking of the devil, Sharky in second position. Oh, Footy Dad in the background there going hammer and tong out of a Scary. Goes well wide.
You know, you could also call Sharky the Shark.
Whatever you prefer. If you're too scared of calling him Sharky, you can call him the Shark. Footy Dad looking set to lead home an Alpha 3-4. So lap 24 of 27. And it's Willie in first, Sharky second, Footy Dad leading the duo of Alphas in third. His teammate Formula Skate in fourth.
Well, he's been closing on Sharky a little.
He has been slightly closing that gap. What's that yellow flag for? It's Formula Skate. Oh no, dropping out of fourth position. Piece of front wing missing. He's gone past the pits. I'm not sure he's aware that he had a piece of front wing missing there and went past the pits, continued on. Either that or he's well aware and thinks he can hold on before the finish. Josh Sam Ben now just 2.5 seconds behind. Does Formula Skate have what it takes to hold that position? Oh, disaster for Formula Skate. He was driving a great race. Having qualified 6th, 4th place, looked, and a good haul of points, looked in the bag. And unfortunately, seemingly gone off in the Parabolica. And now very much has the attention of Josh Sam Ben. There's a Mercedes off somewhere. It's McLaren Senna now. They're all starting to get a case of the wobbles. Gets it going once more. Continues on. Gets passed by Range Ski. But doesn't have the full range ski of his front wing there, unfortunately. McLaren Senna, piece of end plate missing, so that could be his day just about done as far as, well, higher than 8th goes. Oh, disaster, and he goes wide. Meanwhile, up ahead, as not surprisingly predicted. Well, there goes Formula Skate into the pits now. Oh, sorry, no, he didn't. He was just blocking. It's Josh Sam Ben, though, cruises past and takes 5th position.
Well, yeah, McLaren Senna's going everywhere with that piece of wing gone.
Yeah, what's the thing? Once a piece of front wing's gone, makes it... Oh, and Formula Skate. Okay, he cooked it, so maybe I read that wrong. I'm not sure what happened thereafter. Might have been down into the first corner, but Formula Skate has departed the scene. It's a shame. He was running a pretty solid race. You know, some of these guys aren't easy competition, and to be sitting up there in 4th, he was doing pretty well for himself.
And he is cleared now.
As we see Range Ski, where are we here? Heading up to the Roja. I think that's our first chopper cam for the race. Disappointing. Oh. Now, last lap looks like Sharky has just backed right off, and Footy Dad's closing in, but he's 1.2 seconds behind. If he can get himself into the DRS zone range heading to the Ascari chicane.
Well, the tyres are the same laps old, so this will make it interesting.
Yeah, Sharky on the hard compound, Footy Dad on the medium, and he's now within that DRS range. Does he get the... Opens up the rear wing. This could be interesting. This might not be over yet for 2nd position. Last race, just when things should be cooling down, things are about to hot up for 2nd position. What has the Footy Dad got here? Oh, well, there he's picked up a 3-second time penalty. That'll probably put paid to any last-ditch manoeuvres. He could probably do it in... Well, yeah, looks like he's not going to get there anyway. Shame. Meanwhile, your winner, Willie, gets the job done in Monza. Takes 25 points. 2nd to Sharky. 3rd to Footy Dad. And HSV maintains that 4th position. Started 4th. Brings it home in 4th. For a solid haul of points. 5th place, Josh Sam Ben. He started in 7th place. Made up a couple. And had a pretty quiet race compared to his outing at Belgium last time round. managed to find a few fences. He's done well, held it together.
Or
Picks up
managed
5th
to
place.
find a spin off there.
Did get a few spins. We still love your work, Josh Samben. Range Ski brings it home. Quick wave to the pit crew for 6th place. And he started 8th, I think it was. So another 2 places made up there. I suppose we can just check the graphic. There we go. Yellow flags are down lower, so these guys aren't quite finished. Cornwall taking the widest route possible, taking the scenic route to bring it home, and that will do us for the Grand Prix d'Italia 2020. Driver of the day, the footy dad, couldn't quite get it up into 2nd position there. Courted with a few time penalties throughout the race. I wasn't kidding. Footy dad had about 400 to 500 3-second time penalties. What do you reckon, Sonny?
Yeah. Well, that looks a bit like Shumi.
Is that the Schumacher avatar there, spraying the champagne? Would be nice to see. Nice little throwback to the past there. Schumacher, Monza. Takes me back to 98 or 2000. And that'll be about it from us. So another Formula Australia PS4 League race. Done and dusted. It's Willie, your winner, closing the gap back up to AS Sharky, which he relinquished last round at Belgium. Footy Dad in 3rd. HSV, Josh Samben, Range Ski, Alpha Gnosis, McLaren Senna, Formula Skate, and Cornwall with about 31 seconds in penalties. Just had a bit of a test session today. Hopefully he can bounce back next time out.
Yep, 31 secs.
That's all from us here in the commentary box, as we like to pretend we're in anyway. From your host, Mike Wilson, on behalf of Sonny Wilson, that'll be all for today. It's bye for now.